The next question is the 12th question, which says, at simple interest, I'm working with simple interest question. A man made a deposit of a sum of money in a bank. That's the principal which is not given. The amount in his bank account after 10 years is three times the money deposited. That means what he's saying is the amount in the bank account after 10 years is three times the money deposited. That means the amount which includes the principal and the interest. So let's just start by creating a mathematical expression for this, which is principal, which is unknown, is x, and a man made a deposit of some money in a bank, which is principal, which is x unknown. The amount in his bank after 10 years, 10 years is the time, t is 10 years, is three times the money deposited. That means the amount is 3x. Then if the amount is 3x, the interest, which is simple interest, will be 3x minus x, which will give you 2x. That's the first part of the equation. If the interest rate, that means the rate, which is unknown, is the same, the rate doesn't change as the rate is constant. After how many years will the amount be five times the money deposited? After how many years will the money be five times the money deposited? So our principal on the second side is still x. After how many years? So the time is unknown. Then the amount that we're now dealing with is 5 times, that's 5x. The interest at that point that we don't know the time will be 5x minus x, which is 4x, and the rate doesn't change, it's constant. Now the formula for simple interest that we know, this question looks a little bit complicated, unusual. It's more of applied question where we use our sense of reasoning to approach. Now we have a first part of the equation, we have a second part of the equation. Now what can we do? Let's just work with the standard formula of simple interest that says interest is principal times rate times time over 100. And for the first part of the equation, our interest is 2x. I think we're going to create this form of simultaneous equation. 2x equals our p is x. Let me use a comma here. 2x equals x times rate, which is constant. Let's use r for rate, times what else? Time is 10 years over 100 for the first part of the equation. Now let's simplify it further. We'll cross multiply, like this is like 2x over 1, that's 2x times 100 equals x times r times 10. 2x times 100 is 200x equals x times r times 10. I think we've gone far enough for the first one, still on the first equation. Let's go to the second one that talks about unknown time. Still using the formula of simple interest, which says I equals p rt over 100. For these, our interest is 4x equals our p is x, still the same, doesn't change. Our r is the same, rate doesn't change. Our t time is unknown and we're asked to find our time over 100. Like we do it, this is our second equation. We'll put this over 1 and cross multiply. We have 4x times 100 equals x times r times t. That's 400x equals x times r times t. And since the question says after how many years will the amount be 5 times the money deposited? After how many years? So we're looking for the time. Come back and see what we can do. This is equation 2. It's looking like we have to do a form of simultaneous equation where you have to use substitution method. And on both equations, since we're looking for t, we can see both of them are with x times r. So we try to make x times r the subject of formula for both sides. Divide the side by t, both sides by t. We have 400x over t on this side, still on equation 2, and on the other side we have 200x over 10 equals x times r. X times r, we have x times r left on both sides, so x times r here is x times r here, so we equate the both equations. 200x over 10 is equal to 400x over t. Since we're looking for t, we'll cross multiply. We have 200x times t equals 400x times 10. We're looking for t, so we'll divide both sides by 200x. 200 cancel 200x, we have t equals x cancels x, 200 here 1, 200 in 400 is 2. Then you have 2 times 10, which is 20 years. So our final answer is 20 years, which is C.